Hello everyone and welcome to Navigation 101 presented by Taos Search and Rescue. In this video, we are going to discuss how to use your map and your compass together. How do we use them together to navigate? Now, it's important to know how to use each one, but it's really when you use them together that you can really use them to navigate efficiently. So you always need to have a map and a compass. Okay. So the first thing we will discuss is how to take a bearing from a map. So right now I have 2 points. I have point A and point B. I want to travel from point A to point B. Okay, so how do we do that? First thing you want to do is take the edge of your compass right at the corner here, put it on point A. Okay, then you're going to rotate your compass, pivot it along point A. Okay, to point B, just like that. I just want to show you guys real quick that the direction of travel arrow, which is this guy right here, is oriented properly and it's going from A to B. Okay, so now that I have it aligned and my direction of travel is correct, I'm going from A to B, I'm going to take my bezel and I'm going to turn it until north on my bezel is aligned with true north on the map. Just like that. Now how do we do that? Okay, so you see the red orienting lines here. All I did was turn this bezel until it was parallel with the lines that run on the map right here. Okay, so all I did was rotate it. So now I have north here. I have north up here on my map. And these lines are all parallel with these lines here. Okay, so I'm traveling from A to B. I now have my orienting lines oriented correctly. Once I have done all of that, I can just take my compass up off the map and I'll go ahead and read it right here. You can see I have a bearing of 30 degrees. Now I just referenced that from my map. Okay, excuse me for the autofocus, guys. It's tough to do with the cell phone. Anyways, I have a bearing of 30 degrees. Now, is that a true bearing or a magnetic bearing? That's a true bearing because I referenced it off my map. Now, if I were going to follow that in the field, I'd have to account for declination. Please see our magnetic declination video on how to do that. But right now, from my map, from A to B, I took a bearing of 30 degrees. So one more time, I'm gonna get this all messed up. I'm gonna put on A, I'm going to pivot up with the edge of my compass to B. I'm gonna hold my compass there. I'm gonna take my bezel, I'm gonna rotate it until my orienting lines are parallel with the grid lines on my map. You can see something just like that. Okay, once I have it, I can now pull my compass up off the map and I can read the value. Looks like it's probably closer to about 32 degrees, okay? So pretty simple, all right? Now, let's say I'm at point A. Let's say I'm at point A and I take a bearing, a true bearing with my compass, and I get a bearing of 35 degrees. And I need to plot 35 degrees onto my map. It's the same process, but just opposite, okay? Once again, please refer to the magnetic declination video on how to convert your bearings from magnetic to true, but for the sake of this example, let's say I'm in the field and I took a true bearing of 35 degrees. Okay, so easy enough. I'm going to now set to 35 degrees on my bezel, which is right there. I'm gonna get rid of this. Same process though, except just in reverse. Now I'm gonna point A and I'm going to pivot my whole compass until these lines here are oriented north-south. That is, the north on my bezel is oriented with north on the map. So now all I'm doing is rotating the whole compass until those lines are parallel. You can see they're parallel right about there. Now all I would do is take my pen and strike a line right there. And I can try to do that with my trusty dry erase marker. Okay, so my lines are parallel. And I'll just strike a line. It's tough to do on the camera. Okay, but then now this line here is gonna be this is the plotted bearing. So it's pretty simple to be able to plot bearings on your map. It's just the reverse of taking a bearing off of your map. These are very basic skills. I'm gonna reiterate it one more time. Make sure that if you're working on your map, that everything is referenced to true. And if you're working with your compass out in the field and you want to plot on your map, make sure you convert your compass from its magnetic bearing to the true bearing. We just always want to be working with true bearings when we're working with the map. Okay, so that's how you take a bearing and plot a bearing on a map using your compass. The bare bones basics, guys. So once again, this is Navigation 101 presented by Taos Search and Rescue, and we'll see you in the next video.